In 1968, environmentalist and biologist Paul Ehrlich published the book The Population Bomb. This was a very popular / controversial book at the time because in it he predicted that in the 1970s and 80s hundreds of millions of people would starve to death and the world would have a death rate that nothing could be done to stop it. He also wrote in 1971 that people exposed to DDT since before they were born and born since 1945 would have lower life expectancies than the people who were born before 1945 and hence hadn't been exposed to DDT. DDT is a pesticide, it's a chemical that was used and later banned in 1972 in the US. Also said that by 1980, the US life expectancy will be 42 due to cancer epidemics. And somehow, despite all of these predictions that didn't turn out very well, in 1990, he was awarded the MacArthur Genius Grant for his work. So this got me thinking, why do people who are extremely pessimistic tend to be taken more seriously than optimists? Optimists are often seen as naive. It's like, oh, you think the world's going to be better? Oh yeah, what about this, and this? There are so many different things you can take into, like climate change, AI, poverty, cost of living, etc. There are so many different problems in the world. Because we have the internet, we have access to almost everything that's going wrong with the world, and things that are wrong that tend to be more salient. That's what people are more interested in than positive things. If things are going well, great, but no one really cares to see things that much. It's like if you're happy, you're never really thinking that much. But if you're upset, then that's where all the thoughts come from. And human beings are wired to look for the negative. If there was even a 1% chance that the rustling in the bushes that you heard was a snake, you'd be better off running away, because the reward of some berries or some fruit or whatever isn't actually worth the risk of you dying. But fortunately for most of us, our risks aren't like that. If you're watching this video, you're probably not having to fight off lions and run away from snakes. You're probably sitting somewhere comfortable, alone, watching this video, most likely with headphones on, devices that weren't invented 10,000 years ago. You're probably watching this video there. Yet our modern brains haven't adapted for that. And this is not to say that all pessimism is wrong and we should all be complete optimists and believe that everything is always going to go well. Yet, I don't even know if that's optimism. That's just irrational optimism, that expecting everything to go well, that will just leave you pretty miserable. Because being pessimistic does have benefits. It allows you to plan, because it's so much easier to plan for a certain negative than think of an uncertain positive. And yet, despite all of the negative things, I still feel there's reason to be optimistic. It's like we haven't even come remotely close to harvesting the amount of energy that we can from the sun. AI is helping millions learn new things, create new videos and so on. You could argue that's not great, but there are so many great things about and so much great potential about AI, yet all we hear is, oh, it's going to come and kill us, AGI is coming, the world is ending. And we always seem to just be able to produce more food as well. Like the Malthusian trap, the idea that as population grows, living standards decrease, and yet for the past 200 years, populations have grown and living standards have rose alongside it. And this has not just been a temporary thing, we've just completely, pretty much broken it. Yet, this isn't what makes clicks. If I give you two headlines, one that says the world is going to end because of a famine, and the other that says the world's doing great, we've all got more food than ever, obviously you're going to end up clicking on the one that says the world's going to end, because it's more interesting, it's more gripping. Like, you don't want to read an article about why things are great, because things are great, you don't care. But when there's a problem, you want to solve the problem. Human beings are made to solve problems, so when we don't have any, we just create new ones. It's like in the mid 1970s, the world went through a recent period of cooling, which I know, thinking about it now, seems very strange because we're in a period of global warming. But in the 1970s, there was an article in Newsweek that featured this. I'll give you a second to pause it. And then in the mid 2000s, there was another article written in the same magazine, Newsweek, that said this. And so the only good climate is the one that never changes. Yet, global temperatures have always changed. So no matter what the conditions were, people said something terrible was going to happen. So that leaves me with two questions. What do we think will be a world-ending problem now, like climate change, AI, that in 20 years will turn out to be fine and that nobody will care? And the second question is, what is a problem that we're complaining about now that in 20 years we'll be complaining about the complete opposite problem? Like, for example, now we say, we need more renewables. What if in 20 years people are complaining that we have too many renewables? That could have adverse effects. I'm not saying that they will happen, I'm not trying to predict it, but it could end up happening.